Why do you build me up? Buttercup, baby, just to let me down and mess me around in the worst of all.
Alright, everyone, it's that time of year again. It's time for me to start predicting what rides will be coming to Cedar Fair parks in 2019. So, what better park to start with than my home park, Dorney Park? So, we pretty much know that they're updating Island Waterworks, and so maybe they could update it to the one at Kalahari to make it look nicer with a bunch of water slides and stuff. And yeah, it would be a fun play structure if they did that. Plus, they kind of need an upgrade to Island Waterworks since their play features don't work anymore. And also, I heard some guys say on the Dorney Park thread that Dorney Park is getting Winterfest in 2020. So I hope that's true. And I believe that it's true because Dorney Park's been talking about getting this event for like so long now, and I think it's about time that they finally got Winterfest. And so, yeah, now let's talk about Carowinds. And this park is an interesting park to start predicting for because they have been teasing for a ride from Zamperla. So I'm mainly predicting a Zamperla Power Surge because I really want Cedar Fair to start testing the Zamperla Power Surge to see how it will be at other parks. So I wouldn't be surprised if they sent a Power Surge over the Carowinds because I love those rides, and it would be cool if they sent one to Carowinds for a test. Or they could go with a Zamperla Giant Discovery like what Six Flags is installing all the time since Carowinds does not have a pendulum ride yet. And I think it's time they get a new flat anyways. Now let's talk about California's Great America. Now, they've pretty much been teasing for a water park expansion. And based on how the supports are, I think they're getting a complex like Snake Pit with tube slides and 3 drop capsule slides to it because it would be like a really cool complex. I don't think the name will change to Soak City though. I think the name will stay Boomerang Bay. And yeah, now let's talk about Canada's Wonderland. Now, I have no idea what to predict for here because they just got Yukon Strikers, so I'd imagine it would be like a small year for them, like maybe like a small flat ride, or maybe they'll just do park improvements. I don't know, but that's what I predict for Canada's Wonderland, either a small flat ride or park improvements. And yeah. And I think a small flat ride would especially be good for them since they just got rid of Orbiter. And yeah, those are my predictions for Canada's Wonderland. Up next, King's Dominion in Doswell, Virginia. Now, this park teased recently that they will be getting a water park expansion, so I could see them maybe getting a water slide complex with tube and or body slides, or maybe even another wave pool, who knows, but I could see both those things coming to King's Dominion's water park in 2020. Those would both be good fits for King's Dominion. And yeah. Up next, we have Worlds of Fun. Now, this is going to be a tough one to predict for because I really, really wish that I could predict that they're getting a coaster next year. But sadly, we have been hearing no rumors of Worlds of Fun getting a coaster next year, nor have we seen construction or teasing. And I think it's time for them to get a new coaster, but I think they'll get one eventually. So for 2020, I'm going to predict a small flat ride like one of those electrospin models of Top Scans because Top Scans are just so fun. And I've ridden one, so I know how it feels. So I think it would be really cool for Cedar Fair to start installing another one of these yet, so I think it's time for Worlds of Fun to at least get a new flat. And so now let's talk about Valley Fair. Now this is a tough one too because we haven't been hearing any rumors for Valley Fair, and I think they're going to be one of the parks to get Grand Carnival. Yeah, that's a pretty good prediction since Cedar Fair did say that they are planning to add more events during the season to attract more people, such as Grand Carnival, Winterfest, etc. So Grand Carnival would be a really good addition to Valley Fair if they could pull it off. If they could pull it off. I'm not saying this is going to come true, but if they could pull it off, that would be so wonderful. And yeah, so Michigan's Adventure, and they'll get nothing. Next, Kings Island. And we already know what's going to be happening here. They are going to be getting a Giga Coaster that doesn't look to be that tall, surprisingly. I've been hearing people say it's only going to be 296 feet tall, and I don't really consider that a Giga Coaster. I mean, I think I a little bit consider a Giga Coaster, but not really, because it's almost 300 feet, and you know a Giga Coaster has to be 300 feet. And so, yeah, now let's talk about our final park, Cedar Point. Now, I've been hearing rumors that Cedar Point will bring back something cool that they had at one point in their lifetime for their 150th anniversary, and I forget what the options were, but I predict that Cedar Point will bring back at least one of the things they suggested, since again, I forgot, because it was like such a long time ago, like back in the winter times, so I forget now, but I think Cedar Point will bring back at least one of those things that they had in their lifetime in honor of it being the park's 150th anniversary, and it would kind of make sense if you think about it too. And yeah, so that is my Cedar Fair prediction video for 2020. Reply to me your thoughts on this video, your predictions for Cedar Fair for 2020, and when the announcements come, you guys will see how right I am or how wrong I am, and I will see you in the next.